ఓకే హోస్టింగ్ వచ్చిందండి.
చంద్రశేఖర్ గారు మీకు హోస్టింగ్ ఇచ్చాను.
వచ్చింది జరిగింది. ఓకే ఓకే ఫైవ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ వచ్చారు. Okay, admit all. Admit. Like the people who have come, like, okay, let's start in 2 minutes. Welfare sections అన్ని ఉంటే చూద్దాం. ఇవి కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అడల్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి, అడాలసెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి, 18 years of age complete అయిందంటే అతన్ని అడల్ట్ అంటారు. ఓకే, డెఫినేషన్స్ అడగొచ్చు. అడల్సెంట్ అంటే 15 ఇయర్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది బట్ హ్యాస్ నాట్ క్రాస్ దిస్ 15 నుంచి 18th వరకు మధ్యలో ఉంటారు కదా, వాళ్ళని అడోలసెంట్ అంటారు. అడోలసెంట్. ఓకే, క్యాలెండర్ ఇయర్ అంటే ఏంటి, చైల్డ్ అంటే ఏంటి, కాంప్లెంట్ పర్సన్, ఇవన్నీ లెజిస్లేషన్ లో చూడండి. ప్రైమ్ మూవర్ అంటే ఏంటి, మనం అనుకున్నాం కదా. ఫైన్. సో నౌ we are going to see mechanical handling. Okay, sorry, manual handling లో చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటుంది కదా. Fine. So how many steps are there for safe lifting? So when he can ask this question in such a way, what are the factors or what are the uh, just wait. What are the factors involved in safe lifting? What are the procedures to be followed for safe lifting of the loads? Okay. So what is there? The axis what need to be lifted. Aslo axis ante should consider weight distances, pathways, ఆ weight ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుందో path అన్నమాట. Axis what should be in what needs to be done. Decide what can be lifted safely. Okay, so one has to
access sir means you have to.
Yes,
Hello.
See here it is written, right? You have to assess. Okay, you have to assess how, what is the type of load, shape of the load, how, from where to where it has to be traveled. Okay, how many times it has to be lifted. Okay, it should be lifted up or down or sideways or traveling, everything comes under assessment. We have to plan. We have seen about planning. Okay, that is assess. Fine. So coming to second one, decide what can be lifted safely. Employees will need to make measure all call on what they can lift safely based on their capability, nature of the load. So it can run to points on Nigra. It depends upon the person's capability. If he is not able to lift the load by himself, what he will do? He should ask other person to come and help him. So what happens? The load will be equally distributed to both the persons. That's what we do usually at home. Okay, the nature of the load, environmental conditions and training. Okay, decide what can be lifted safely. You have to consider all this. Fine. Previously we have seen in a part. Identify ways of reducing risk. In what way the risk is reduced, you have to identify the ways. Fine. So in what in generally speaking, okay, leave about this document for 2 minutes. How, in what way you can identify if there is a risk of weight? The weight, what can be the risk of weights? The weight can be overloaded, the weight has no improper edges, the weight has no grips, the weight is unstable. కొన్ని అన్స్టేబుల్ ఉంటాయి. The weight, shape of the weight is not proper. ఇప్పుడు మోటార్ ఉంది, మోటార్ ఒక బాక్స్ లో పెట్టి ఎట్టడం లేకపోతే ఒక మోటార్ ని అలాగే యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గా ఎట్టడం చాలా డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. అన్ఈవెన్ సర్ఫేసెస్, అదర్వైజ్ ఇంప్రాపర్ లైటింగ్, పాత్ ఇన్ అన్స్టేబుల్ సర్ఫేసెస్, అదర్వైజ్ మధ్యలో స్టేట్స్ ఉండడం, అవన్నీ risk. So how you will reduce risk? By proper planning. If a load is not stable, you will not lift with bare hands. You have to keep it in certain enclosure or bag or box container. Okay, if it has weight has no proper grippings, what you will do? You will use rope. Okay, in that way. Fine. If you find steps in your walkway, you should not lift more weights. If there is no illumination, you should not start the work. Okay, so what he's saying, identify ways of reducing risk other than maybe lifting aids. See, we have discussed, does the item need to be lifted at all? It may be the work can be completed somewhere else or avoid lifting. You can also possibly think if it can be lifted without, it can be, the work can be done without lifting, or any possibly mechanical means is required. or someone else can do it. How you identify the ways of reducing the lift. Rearrange the task. What do you mean by rearrange the task? When possible, it's always worth checking whether the task can be redesigned or avoid lifting to along together. If, for example, without lifting the machinery to the mechanical area, it could be the maintenance can be done there itself in that way. Okay, if it is not able to, otherwise in some cases, if a machinery has a parts inside it, that parts can be customizedly removed and taken it to other place. That can be done. Okay, instead of taking all the motor or all the mission to other place by lifting, depends. Okay, I'm not saying about big machinery, portable machinery which we can lift. Okay, employees must be able to push instead of pull or break up the distance when more rest with more rest points. Employees, what it's saying, employees may be able to push instead of pull or break the distance. Okay, so uh, with more rest points, he's saying if a load is very high, or if a two people or more than one people are involving, they should be able to pull or push the load in a proper way, in such a way that they should not do it continuously, but to take a breaks in between. Okay, rearrange the task. In that way, he's saying this is the nature of the load. What do you mean by nature of the load? Is it lighter, heavier, uh, type of the load, characteristics of the load? Is it liquid, solid, nature of the load? Okay, is it packed into the boxer or irregular shape or rolling, different types? Okay, access the work environment. A work environment includes the pathways, steps, ramps, turns, turnings. Okay, and the lighting, illumination, everything comes under work environment. Plan in advance how the task will be carried out. So this to be planned. So what he's saying, it may help someone walking in front of the behind. Okay, okay. If a movement is going on, you have to plan. Okay, this kind of movement is going on from one place to another, or repeated movement is going on during discharging of bags or stacking of bags. You have to plan in advance how to do that load. Admit. Okay. People are joining. Use safe lifting techniques. We have already discussed what are the safe lifting techniques. The most and important safe lifting techniques is lift. Use your thigh muscles. Should always keep your back straight. ఈ రెండు పాయింట్స్ ఖచ్చితంగా పడాలి. Okay. Always keep your back straight. Use your thigh muscles. Keep the load closer to your body. Okay. Have firm grip. Okay. Assess the type of load. Here, what is last point? There is no such requirement but how often the training should be done. See, manual mechanical handling is being done if it is your work environment includes more handling of equipment. If manual material handling is done, the repetition of the training should be monthly or quarterly. Fine. If a person who is working in your company like having less manual handling works, it depends. You can have it, you can give the training for afterly, depends upon the type and nature of work happening in the company. Okay. Mechanical material handling. Okay, so coming to the engineering one, actually we are okay, fine. Mechanical material handling. So these are the set of questions what I've made. Fine. So coming to water, like why ergonomics is here, whatever. Handling storage of material involved. So this is the introduction part. Okay. Fine. So handling and storage of materials involved diverse operations such as hoisting tons of steel with a crane. See, in hoisting means what? Lifting any load or weight from the ground level comes under hoisting. Okay. Anything which we lift from the ground level, if we are hoisting, that is what is opposite word of hoisting? Anyone can tell? What is the opposite word of lifting? Okay. So hoisting, the opposite word of hoisting is lowering. Okay. పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళడం కింద దింపడం అంతే. Hoisting కి opposite word ఏంటండి? Lowering. Okay. Fine. So ఏవై ఉండొచ్చు అంటున్నాడు? హ్యాండ్లింగ్ స్టోరేజ్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్. హ్యాండ్లింగ్ ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలంటున్నాడు? ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేయొచ్చు అంటున్నాడు? Driving a truck loaded with concrete blocks, okay, carrying a bags of materials manually and stacking pallets manually anadu mechanically kuda avutundi. Palletized bricks or materials such as drums, barrels, kegs and lumber. Fine. The efficient handling and storage materials are vital in industry. In addition to raw materials, the so easy మీరు ఎప్పుడు రాస్తారు? If we ask you what is the use of mechanical handling అన్నారు అనుకోండి, if you ask for 2 mark questions, what is the use of manual mechanical handling అంటే ఇది రాస్తారు. You'll write the efficient handling and storage of materials are vital to industries. In addition of raw materials, these operations provide a continuous flow of parts and assembling through workplaces, ensuring the materials are available when needed. Unfortunately, the improper handling and storage of materials, so on. Fine. What is the basic concept here? Without mechanical handling, there's lot of works that are that becomes very complicated. So mechanical handling is very necessary in all the industries, in and also in workplaces. What are the precautions to be taken while handling equipment? What are the precautions? What he's saying? 5 safety precautions to be considered. What are always check equipment before using it. Stow cranes properly for transit. So what are the check? What do you mean by equipment checks before using it? We have to check the tire pressure, whether the equipment is in a stable area or not. Okay, whether the hydraulics are properly working or not, brakes are properly working or not, whether it is operated by a experienced person or not. These all things you have to check. Normally, usually pre-ops checks. Anyone heard this term? Pre-ops checks means pre-operational checks. Every equipment, if it is working in an industry, okay, will have a pre-operational checklist in which every shift person will fill it, make it confirm that the handing over is given properly, and also he will maintain pre-ops checks. Means before starting of every equipment, the change in the shift, he will check the equipment, he will take the marks. Stow cranes properly for transit. What is transit? Transit means moving from one location to another. Stow cranes properly. Stow in the sense, see, crane, usually there are different kinds of cranes. Okay. Some cranes move on rails. They are called as RMQCs. See, I'll show you RMQCs. You can see this crane right on the ship. These cranes are called rail mounted quay cranes. There are small cranes here, right, sideways. You can see the small crane. That is called the RTGs. They are called rubber tire gantry cranes. These cranes which are used to discharge the containers from vessel to the land, those are called RMQCs. Okay, rail mounted quay cranes. Okay, so there are different kinds of cranes. They are in construction. They will use cranes called tower cranes. Okay, on vessel they will use stationary cranes with derricks. Different types of cranes will be. I'll discuss regarding the cranes in different topic concept. So here stow cranes means if a crane has to be moving in a one particular direction, the jib, the arm, or the uh, jib arm of the crane should be kept or should be closed in a proper way, or should be turned into a proper way in such a way that during its transit movement, okay, it should not touch or it should not get in contact with anything. Okay, that's how he's saying stow cranes properly for transit. Transit means traveling from one place to another. Never position yourself under the load. This is the basic and thumb rule. ఇది confirm point అండి. Precautions to be taken అంటే do not stand under the suspended loads. What we'll say? See, never position yourself under the load, or do not stand under the suspended load. అంటే ఏంటి? Why we should not stand under suspended load? Because we cannot know what can go wrong. Even actually you should not stand on the crane itself, strictly speaking. And also because if a load is passing above your head, there is no guarantee that the load will not fall. The load may fall, because even if it is a German equipment or any equipment, if it is bought from US, anywhere, if it is having limits or anything, but finally it is operated by whom? It's operated by a man. So what man does? There may be a behavioral changes. There may be a manual errors. You cannot rely on complete limits or safety sensors. You cannot rely on them, because at the end of the day, it is being operated by man. Anything can go wrong in his behavior. Fine, he can have sudden heart attack, or he can be with his mental stress which is happening in at home. He can think other things, different things, human behaviors, human errors. So we should make ourselves free from suspended loads. We cannot guarantee that it will not fall. Do not work on a truck bed. What do you mean by that? Because when a person is working on a truck bed, someone can come and put the load on it. Ensure that your training is up to date. This is a simple point. What is the potential hazard of workers? Strains, sprains, lifting loads. See, you can ask why the strains, sprains are coming into the mechanical lifting, mechanical material handling. You can ask this because when mechanical material handling is happening, what is the main thing? Sometimes if it is a container, automatically the spreader will go and come in contact with the container, it will lock itself. But if he has to handle the load bags, or if it has to handle the bulk cargo, what someone has to put a ring, someone has to put the shackles, de-shackles, wire ropes. So who will keep it? The man will keep it. So what they call? Anyone know? What are those people called who will keep bags, rings, links to the forklifts or crane hooks? What are they called? Anyone?
Riggers.
Yes, riggers. Very nice. Good. They're called riggers. Okay. Fine. So the rigger's responsibility is to assist the crane operator in lifting the load by linking and delinking the loads to hooks or different available means of lifting accessories. Fine. So the strains can happen when they keep their hands between the load, when uh, when there is no lack of operation, when they tend to remove the load or remove the hook without ground clearance. Only fractures may happen, cuts may happen, falling of materials may be happening, because sometimes what happens if a 110 ammonia nitrate bag is been handled, or if 110 sandbag is handled, if there is a tear in a bag at the bottom, what happens? Duration of load, it will come and it will rip the bag open. The load may fall onto the riggers. These are the different potential hazards of for workers. What we can write it? We can write improper handling of shackles, deshackles. Okay. You can also what can be hazards? The hazards can be fractures, cuts, bruises, strains. Fine. Not following, standing under the suspended load is an hazard. Everything you can handle. Write it. What precautions should workers take when moving materials manually? This is already we have discussed. This is not the thing. Precautions should be taken when moving materials mechanically. Okay. Fine. We can divide it so that we can see. These are the very this precautions. What are the precautions to be taken while moving materials mechanically? You can relate it to all the equipment. Okay, all the cranes in any paper. It can be quay crane. It can be rail mounted crane. It can be rubber tire gantry crane or any crane. These are the common things you have to remember. Using mechanical equipment to move storage and materials increase the potential of injuries. Workers must be aware of both manual handling safety concern and safe equipment operating techniques. They should have the knowledge. It means that the first point says they should be well trained and aware of all the hazards. Who will tell to train the workers regarding hazards? Safety officers. Okay, they will keep a meeting. They will take the operations permissions. They will make a employees to aware of what are the possible hazards in their workplaces. Okay, employees should avoid overloading of equipment when moving materials mechanically by letting weight, size, shape, and direct type and the equipment used. So these are the simple points. Now what it is mentioned, all the cranes will be mentioned with SWL. This is also an audit point. It's a mandatory for as per ISO 45001. Sorry, 45000 and also 9001. As per quality management system, the SWL should be mentioned. So there's a recent update. It's no more. It's no more SWL. It is WLL. Have anyone know about this? Now no one is now SW is not SW. We should not say it as SWL. Safe working load is no more should be printed on the equipment. It is changed into WLL, workload limit. Okay, this is the recent update. Fine. So why we should not avoid overloading of the equipment? What happens while we overload? While we overload, uh, usually మన షిప్ లో క్రెయిన్ పడిపోయింది తెలుసా ఎవరికైనా క్రెయిన్ ఎందుకు పడిపోద్ది క్రెయిన్ పడిపోయినంత వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ రీజన్ why so
Due to load of
sir please respond due to no problem tell me whether it is whatever you want you tell me no problem please.
due to load of slippery
Okay ఇంకా ఇంకేమై ఉండొచ్చు
Sir, overload of the crane will be chance of collapse.
okay while there is an overloading what actually happens you can tell no problem
Sir, overextend of the boom, they can topple.
please what happens
Overreaching or over strength of boom.
yes overreaching so what is happening there so there every
Topples,
crane has a
crane topple.
counter yes so counterweight the counterweight and the center of gravity changes okay what is the main
Radius,
reason
if they will be beyond of the load chart,
yes
it may topple.
yes it will topple like what is the main principle in toppling main principle is there is a change in center of gravity okay the
Center of
angle of
gravity.
yes the center of gravity if once the center of gravity changes the crane automatically changes its direction and collapse and the center of gravity is always depends upon directly proportional to the counterweight you know when there is a counterweight and when there is a load before your arm always the angle of inclination always mentioned to balance the center of gravity of the crane how it get balances by the front load and the counterweight of the
Counter.
crane. So when it is changed, the counterweight, when it is overloaded, when the load is more than a counterweight, what happens? It will collapse by changing its center of gravity. All the
Sir,
materials
it will not, sir, lift more than counterweight. When it will be, sir, extend the boom beyond their radius,
Yes.
it will be topple. If even there is a 1 ton or crane is having 70 ton, but it will be extend fully boom,
Yes.
it may collapse.
Yes, very nice.
Yes.
Good input. And also, what you have mentioned is a very good point. Also, there is no, the weight need not be a more than counterweight. If it is extending its boom, for example, simple thing, what we if we carry 50 kgs weight away from our body, what happens? We will
Yes.
tend to come forward. The same thing there it
Confirm.
happens. Okay, fine.
Okay.
So that's the reason always the load chart should be kept, and also the angle of usually if there is a load beyond the angles and though there will be safety limit switches which will hold the crane, but in some cases when there is no such requirements, the cranes will be at risk. So employees must ensure that equipment rated capacity displayed. Okay, this is already displayed. SW load should be displayed. See, this is the basic core points. Center of loads close matched, and this is only related to the forklifts. If it is forklift, the center of load of the forklift should be close to the mast. Mast means the parallel, the vertical beams. Always overloading of lift trucks because the simple control and causes tip over. See, what do you mean by lift trucks? When they lift like this, we are the sand or something. What happens if they're overload? The load comes into one side and they will collapse. That's the reason always the load should be in an acceptable limit. Do not place extra weight or rear of the counterbalance forklift to. Okay, rear means in the part where the counterbalance is very minimal. Fine. And do not overload, he's saying. Adjust the load of lowest position when traveling. Okay, adjust the load means if the load should be adjusted at the lowest position, the back, the force should not be top, or it should not be middle, or it should not obstruct the operator's view. It should always be in a surface level which is below, little bit above the surface level. Follow the truck manufacturers. Pile and cross tires or always stack load correctly when possible. So these are the basic precautions. So when you're coming to forklifts, we are following these. Or if it is a machinery, what are the machineries or cranes when lifting activity is going on? What are the basic things you have to remember and write? You have to remember there will be a stable surfaces. So the surface level is very good. If there are cranes which are on wheels, there will be outriggers. Outriggers means the force supporting structures which will come out of the crane, and it will balance the crane. See, fine. I'll just show you. I'll just show you the outriggers. Image. Okay. Fine. Any doubts in this? Like basically, these are the few points. Like you have to remember, if it is mechanical handling, you should make sure that no one stand under the suspended load. While a person standing under the suspended load is a hazard. Not allowing the person standing under the suspended load is precautionary measure. If you find a precautionary measure opposite to that is hazard, are good question. You need not to study the hazard separately or precautionary measures, control measures separately. Person standing under the suspended load, hazard. Do not allow person standing under the suspended load is precautionary measure. Barricading the area is control measure. Simple. Okay. So coming to the mechanical machinery handling, what we'll have, you can also remember or write it down or listen. See, basic thing. If a machinery is handling, make sure the employees are away from the turning radius. We should have clear turning radius. Load chart should be pasted on it, as the WLL should be marked on it. Okay. For time's sake, you can write WLL and SWL in your exams. Okay. Again, you may get confused. And proper training should be given. Always the clearance should be taken. You should always keep the jib or arms in a proper way when the crane is in transit. Okay, in that way you have to remember. Just wait. Share. You can see the shared material, right? See, these are about conveyors. Simple thing, nothing. Conveyors is the something like they are the belts which will transfer one load from one place to another. It can be vertically, it can be horizontally, or they can be in a form of angles. Okay, I have a less time regarding cranes, safety measures regarding cranes. These are the few safety measures. Boom length, angles indicators. So see, once you have a look at it again, and tomorrow also I'll discuss this topic only. Okay, mechanical material handling I'll discuss. If possible, I'll show you the PPT. Okay, and then we'll go into other topic. Fine. This see, this is the document which I want to share it with you all of you. Manual and mechanical handling. This is the detailed document in which you can find all the possible questions. This is enough for your 102 paper for mechanical and material handling topic, industrial safety. Any mechanical and material handling topics, precautionary measures, safety measures, this topic is okay, sufficient. Any doubts? So we have discussed about manual handling. What are the factors? What is the load? How they travel? Okay. We discussed about task. Okay, individual, load, and environment. So everything is clear, right? Your people are getting it. What I'm saying. At least you may not understand 100%, but at least 80% or 70% you got an idea of manual handling and manual material handling and mechanical material handling. So mechanical material handling I'll discuss tomorrow again.
Sir, any type of agronomic questions raised from this 102
You
chapter?
can, they'll ask like ergonomic. They can ask ergonomic definition. They will ask what are the ergonomic controls a person can follow. What are the ergonomic? You can also say a proper posture. What are the factors involved in ergonomics? You can say maintaining proper posture, uh, putting right workstations. Okay.
Frequently break, sir.
Frequent stretchings. That all comes under precautionary measures. Okay, I'll also explain you in detail regarding the ergonomics.
Okay.
But basically, you have to remember ergonomics is a relation between man and the workstation. Okay, the man should not, the work, not only workstation, any mission, the worker or mission, anyone should not compromise himself and change his position for that. We should always make himself comfortable, and he should arrange that work equipment or machinery according to his flexibility. Okay, that's what ergonomics. Best example is our car seat. What if a tall person is sitting, he will adjust the seat according to him. If a short person is sitting, he will adjust the seat according to him. That is an ergonomics. We should not compromise. If a tall person will not adjust, or if an option is not there, he will have the musculoskeletal disorder. Improper ergonomics can lead to musculoskeletal disorders in a long run. Okay.
Sir,
Understood?
one question, sir. This video
Please.
is recording. So can you share,
Uh,
sir, this video as the
Actually,
Lugos
I
person
am
they are
not
getting?
authorized for that. The person who is recording, you can ask him. You can ask this Janiki
I
Garu
am.
or Madam, anyone. They,
Okay.
I don't know about how they are recording, where they are storing. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, can I ask a question, sir,
Please ask.
regarding out of
It's less
the
than one.
topic?
Less than no problem. Ask. It's less than 1 minute. Ask
Uh,
fast.
yes, sir. What should be the mock drill? Who will